Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm just finishing off an email to Walmart because I did the pickup.
Oh, I love the groceries.
Yeah. So I got strawberries and they were covered in mold.
Oh, I know.
And
That's the hard thing.
I got home. Yeah, I'm so bummed.
I know, but then it's like, what are you gonna go back and get? And then what do you do? Because like I'll get veggies as well, and then they're rotten in it.
I know.
So I always write in and tell them.
Yeah.
It's only happened to me twice now, but anyway, sorry. That's completely off topic. But
Like I thought you were emailing Katie Couric.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Katie, no. She's just texting to see how the morning was. I said, it's fine, Katie. I'll talk to you later.
Okay.
All right. This morning, we are talking about addiction to Fortnite.
I was going to say our phones. What?
And to phones. You know what? There is so much heat on kids, especially when it comes to video games and things like that, but we are just as bad.
Yeah, it's a real problem in my house, I got to tell you.
So there is a new idea that Fortnite will come with warning labels. Is it a group that's trying to push this forward?
So a couple in Canada is suing Epic Games, which is the company that created Fortnite.
Yeah.
Which, as an aside, it always kills me because it's like, this is $1 billion company now on a free app. So think about that. Think about how much money people like me, poor people like me, have dumped into this horrible vortex. Because your kids, I need $30 to have a skin to get to the next level. I mean, it's
skin too.
It's all the stuff. So in order to play the game, in order to like unlock different levels and things like that, you have to buy these skins or different weapons or so that's how they're making money off of this quote unquote free app.
Because it's free off the bat. It's if you want to advance.
To download it. That is literally it. Like, to download it, it is free. Yes,
So do they
that
play
is
on their
true.
tablets or do you play on a gaming console?
Both.
Oh, both.
And their phones. And their things, yeah.
So it can go with
on
you
everything.
everywhere.
It does. It follows you everywhere. My son has so we have a cave, like a man cave, and my son is in there, and so he can get on. He wears these giant headsets that has the microphone, and he's on there, and he doesn't have a phone, so he plays with his friends from back home in Texas. Through the Fortnite app, and they chit chat, whatever. So he doesn't play with strangers, but that's like he plays. It's like having a play date, but they're not actually at your house.
Oh yeah.
So I hear like other boys from the school. You hear their voices coming through, and I'm like,
how's your mother doing?
And then what he does is, so he's playing on the Xbox, which is a big television, and then he has his iPad with his friend FaceTiming. So they're talking to each other while they're playing, and they can hear each other.
That's hysterical. Technology is creepy.
It's the bane of my existence.
So the idea that this Canadian couple want is to put a warning label on the game, so it warns you
Say it's
that
addictive.
this is addictive. Yes.
Okay, but
Which
they do
the
the same
WHO
warning on
said yes.
cigarettes, and
On
they do the
cigarettes.
same warning on drinking or eating certain things, and people still do it.
Does it stop anyone?
No.
Will it do anything?
I don't think those warning labels deter people from anything? That's my question.
I
Do
think
they really?
I think we're way too far behind.
I think
to even get
sometimes
ahead
they
of
tell you,
this.
I will say the only thing that I've seen that we've done stories on that they claim the warning labels have worked and are effective is the calorie count. Remember when they decided you had to put calorie counts on menus?
Oh yeah, when you go to fast food joints too.
Right, but all the other stuff, the drinking while pregnant is going to go, all those other, because we were talking about like in Europe, they have those really graphic.
I was just gonna say that when I was in
warning labels on
Germany, I
cigarettes.
noticed the cigarette boxes, and they have like a picture of a person missing their jaw.
Yeah, it's pretty
because they
bad.
lost it from cancer.
And
or whatever,
Europeans smoke like fish, so I'm like, is that? I don't know.
That is.
Are they working? I don't know.
I'm trying to think of a thing where a warning does. I mean, I feel like for myself personally, if I hear a story initially, like, okay, the color brown is bad for you or whatever, then I start doing research and then I move on. But I mean, if you see it all the time, does it just become white noise?
I think so. I think so.
You see it too often, or you're hounded about it too much. What are the rules that you think have worked for your kids?
Threaten.
Okay.
Shout. All those things. So that is our form of reward and punishment, because they don't care about anything else other than their gaming time.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing that works. You can't, if you say, go sit in your room, whatever, they don't care. They just find Legos to play with, whatever. But if I say, like the other day, the little one wasn't listening, and I'm like, no game time tomorrow. You can't have anything. What we always say is nothing with an on button.
Oh, that's a good. Then it covers everything.
It covers everything. TV, whatever.
Wow.
No robotic games. It's literally like, so, he does a book and Legos. That's kind of like what you're left with.
Yeah.
But I was telling him last night, so he was on another because he got in trouble yet again. He was grounded yet again. So and I told him at the end of the day, I'm like, you are such a more pleasant and lovely person when you've been unplugged all day. Because I'm telling I see, we call them crazy eyes. When you take it away from them, their eyes.
Oh my God.
It is, I'm not kidding. I'm like, I've never taken away a pipe from a meth addict. I'm thinking it looks like this though. Yes. My totally unprofessional opinion. Their faces change.
It's crazy. So
It's
remember that
crazy.
one time, Emma, I told you though, I was with my cousin and we took the iPad from my godson. It was the end of the world.
get
He
crazy.
went crazy.
You told me you didn't want kids after that.
Yeah, I was like, oh my gosh, is this how they act? Like, I don't understand. And it was over an iPad, and it was the only thing, it was dead if she was trying to charge it.
Oh, yeah.
And so there was nothing we could do.
they don't understand
When
that.
it dies
Bananas.
and they're that young,
Yeah. That's hard.
they are like
my gosh.
crazed, rabid animals.
It is so true.
He threatened us.
I've noticed the change versus when my kid has not played
Yes.
with anything on a screen versus when he has.
Oh my gosh, they're
like
so
yesterday
lovely.
we were stuck inside because
was hot,
I didn't
so
have
warm.
someone to help me out because I was so exhausted.
Yeah.
And I wanted to lay down. Like just lay down.
Just
like,
lay
not
down.
Just sit. Just lay down for a
Yeah.
second. And he wants to go out and play and he doesn't have school he has no high school this week because it's fall break. On top, anyway, I could go on and on. And he couldn't go outside because it was too hot.
Yeah.
So I gave him the option to watch a show while I laid down. And even just that, wound him up the rest of the day.
Yeah.
Just being in front
Gets
of
him
a screen.
excited.
We know it's bad.
Change their personality.
And speaking of the younger trickle-down effects from these games, so something that I've started learning just within the last few weeks is my son he doesn't have any older siblings, so we're learning everything through him. Yes. And so he'll go to school with other kids who have older siblings, and he'll come home and he will start saying things like, blow your head off, and shot dead, and whatever. And I know no 4-year-old is talking about legitimately blowing someone's head off, but they see their older cousins or their older brothers or sisters playing these games, then they go to school and they talk about it. So,
For sure.
I don't really know what the answer is to rein it all in, but I do think that it's something, and I know it's something that I'm going to have to address in my household because eventually Oliver is almost 5 years older than his youngest sister. I'm going to have to somehow keep her away from some of the things that he sees, and it's really hard to juggle all of that.
But it's
is
crazy
hard.
that it's so popular and then all the kids know the dances, so the Fortnite dances.
Totally.
So we will do the fan cam at the games, and so
they
we
do
have the Fortnite cam, and it's crazy
for
how
sure.
all the kids in the ballpark know all of these dances.
is hilarious.
And one of them is a Carlton dance, but that's a dance that we knew from back in the day from Fresh
So
Prince.
remember Carlton sued?
Tried to sue.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Real
so
Carlton.
that's what we talk about. We're like, oh, we're doing the Carlton cam. And we're like, from Fortnite. But it's really like a back in the day dance,
I know.
But they all know it from Fortnite. And it's at least a little positives. They learn dance moves and they get moving.
Does anyone have good advice for us?
Well, so Denise said, how about telling your kids no?
Yes.
Go play outside. She said, my nephews seem depressed when they can't play, so they don't want me to watch them again. They're like, we're not going to her house. No way.
We do. So yesterday, my husband was prying the one that wasn't grounded way to go shoot baskets on, and they're always a no. They're always like, we don't. I'm like, you have to force them. So
And then
we
once they start
unplug
doing it, they love it.
They do.
Right?
Oh,
'Cause,
they're so
you
happy.
know,
They had a great time. He's like, I want to go tomorrow again. If my
Yes.
husband gets home from work, he was so happy.
He has to break that
But it's that
wall.
initial 10 minutes.
I know.
That
I
10
am
minutes
terrible
of
though.
just
So I
them
have
freaking
this
out.
those plastic containers you can put shoes in from container stores. So I have that, and I'm in a bad mood. I just go in that man cave and I just start swooping things into that box. Everything, the controllers.
That is not
the
terrible. That is a good
headset,
mom right there.
Everything, the iPads. I'm like, give it to me. And I seal it.
Do you get the
And I put it on
crazy
high
eyes?
jump.
It transfers
I do
from the
get
kids to
crazy
you're like,
eyes.
listen up, children. Here's how it's going to
do.
be.
That's what Laura says. She says, I take the
like
modem with
that.
me to work. No internet for them.
That's
Smart.
a great idea.
Yeah.
I do like that idea.
Just take it with you.
Gosh, I don't even think about that. Yeah, when they're teenagers and they're home alone.
What do you mean even teenagers? I see grown men playing these games. Okay,
Well,
people I
I
work with,
wasn't
people
gonna
that I'm
say,
friends with, like they are playing
work with.
video games. Like I know 38, 40-year-old, 45-year-old men playing games. It's like I'm busy texting someone. They're like, "Oh, sorry, I didn't get back to you because I was playing video games with my friends." I was like, "What?"
I know.
Then I'm not texting you again.
Red flag.
I'll say on behalf of Paul, if Paul was here, he would say he is an admitted gamer, and he says that that's how he stays in contact with a lot of like his buddies
friends.
from back home.
Yeah.
On top of that, he wrote an entire like paper. I don't remember if it was in college or because we always get in this argument because I hate video games. We always get in this argument. He wrote this whole paper research study on, how video games help kids and blah blah.
Yeah,
blah.
he doesn't think it's a problem at all.
So on the positive end of it, I do love when my brothers come into town because one of them, so Texas and New York, so they live very far away. When they come into town, they bring the Nintendo Switch, and it's adorable, and they hook it up, and that's their game time, and they truly are bonding because they're playing Mario Party or Mario Kart or whatever. But then it only lasts for an hour, and then we're like you said, Legos or catch or whatever it is.
Something.
Yeah. But yeah,
move.
you just
Yeah.
have
Learn to
it's
do
like
stuff.
everything in moderation, right?
Yeah.
Yes. And I think that's what, because what is it? The American Association of Pediatrics, pediatricians always says, no more than 2 hours
Screen time.
a day of any
even
kind of
seems high
screen
to me.
time. Yeah, it seems high, but it's like we have
Throughout the day, I guess.
throughout the
Yeah,
day.
in school,
With between
think about
school
all
and
that.
stuff. So we try to always keep to that, and we had to reinstitute it because after the summer we're way more loosey goosey.
Right.
Yeah.
It's summertime; they're doing camps, and that's what kind of my rule is. Like if you're outside sweating at 110 in Phoenix at a tennis camp, guess what? You get to chill inside for the afternoon. So we are lax on the. Summertime, but when it started back in school, it was like bringing the addict back into rehab, and I'm like, okay, so we're going back down every day. We have a timer.
Yes.
This is only as much time, and
timer.
it's after you finish your homework. But I know it's a constant battle in
Well,
my
and on
house.
top of that, it's leading to a lot of sleep issues with teenagers and young kids. Is that they're staying up, and when you get the blue light that's on your eyes, it's
Bad
harder
for
to
you,
shut
right?
your brain down. So even though you're done at 8, it's going to take your kid probably till 9 or longer to fall asleep. Or they're sneaking it in when they are asleep.
have that
we started putting all the we've been doing it for a long time, but all electronics at night are charged in our bedroom. And I will tell you, there's been more than one Saturday that we see somebody doing a commando crawl.
That is awesome.
And I'm like looking over the bed. Hello? Trying to
cute.
sneak in.
I like that.
But we charge them right next to our bedside.
That's
so
smart.
It's like not my bedside because nothing will wake me up. But my husband's side, he wakes up easily.
Oh, that is awesome.
I'm learning so many good tips from you. I'm going to institute in a few
I'm
years.
just trying to
seriously.
survive, girl. Every
know, I
day
know
is
you're
a
scared of
struggle. I have no advice. I'm like, this is what's working for me right now.
I feel like it changes every day.
As they get older, they start to outsmart you.
Yes.
And so, that's the problem we're having
Stinkers.
now with our older one.
I just always thought like my kids will not be the ones that are on.
Oh,
their tablets
totally.
around them. Then you get on an airplane and you're like, here, have that, and don't
I think
talk to
that's
me.
how it started, honestly, was that we got our first, what was it, like probably a Kindle or something
Yeah,
like that.
the little kid Amazon, those are great.
Those the little leapfrog iPads.
Leapfrog, yeah.
So we had those because it was like we're going out to dinner. We have like a toddler. Once you've done the kids menu and they played with picking out and counting
Brands.
the Cheerios, sometimes I just want to have a conversation with my husband while our baby's there, or toddler. And so we would give them, and I'm like, we are those parents. We're those horrible parents.
So are we. It is all good. But
we
you
want to
just
have a conversation sometimes.
But they get excited about it because we don't let them have it all of the time. But like when we're on vacation, like you said, you want to have dinner, or if it's a really long drive, I don't want to hear screaming in the back seat. I just don't. So.
I just
There you go.
because we didn't have that growing up, but we went on like 10-hour drives.
Yes.
Yeah.
But then again, I had 9 kids in my family.
Well, yeah, you guys are
so like,
entertaining
for all
each
of us, we're
other.
entertaining each other. But I'm just thinking like,
You just
I did
listen to
okay.
music. You would talk.
Yeah.
You would play Slug
Remember I
Bug.
Spy? Yeah,
Slug Bug,
exactly.
I Spy.
Yeah, like different games, So that's how my parents kept me entertained when we were in the car, and it was just me.
yes.
Like, hey, by myself in the back.
What are we talking about next? Right?
Right, we survived, so
did.
they'll survive too. But it is crazy because everywhere I go, like I went to meet a friend yesterday, and the minute the kid woke up from the nap, they gave him the little iPad and the phone to entertain him the whole entire time. And I'm like, just right away, it's the first thing that people do.
I know. So it's interesting. A lot of people are saying that when it comes down to it, we all get that this is some form of addictive behavior. And so I think people are just saying it's the question of will the warning labels
do anything.
Yeah, and most people are saying no. I like Jerry says, as long as you can have obesity warnings on forks and spoons.
I know, I like that.
Oh, that's hysterical.
Maybe I need that.
That's what I wish.
I know.
I wish we could go back in time and whoever invented fast food, like, can we go back and make that not happen? It'd be so much better for us.
Agreed.
Health-wise, you know?
Well,
it's so bad.
There's some healthy fast food options like
But you
salad
don't want
and
them
go.
when you're there.
Okay, that place is my
That is
jam.
really good. That is good.
I'm just now hearing about this. Crystal was talking about the other
$5
day.
salad.
I'm
What
still, because I was like, I don't know. It's like a drive-through salad.
That's what I thought too.
Oh my God, I got to go do it because it's on the way to the kids' school. So
I just wish that if they can do it, why aren't other places doing something like that?
I don't know. She, the woman who started the company, has been in numerous articles for how successful she is, her business plan, and I'm very fascinated by it, and I love it.
I'm gonna have to go.
Plus, they have dollar
so
cold
yummy.
brew.
Oh, I love cold brew.
Dollar cold brew. It's like $6 at other unnamed joints.
Starbucks. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, do we have an in case you missed it moment?
What do you think, Courtney?
Should we do that?
Crasher goes buck wild inside a hair salon outside New York City. Look at that. Oof. I can't believe that woman.
I know. How does she walk away with it?
Really? A deer crashed through the front, window of the Long Island salon on Saturday, shattering glass and the nerves of people inside as they ran for cover. The deer ran to the back and then reversed course, leaving the way it came.
Oh my gosh. How did that lady not get trampled on?
Honestly.
And where is this salon located?
Oh, it's in the forest.
I see like a main street out the front window. There are cars passing by.
Look at that guy.
Oh my gosh.
A friend of mine was walking to class as I went to college in Utah, and he's walking to class on the way with his mom and got ran over by a deer. They collided. Somehow he said he didn't even see it coming.
gosh.
Can you believe that? So he's on the ground laying next to this deer, and the deer gets up and runs away.
No.
Is that wild?
Always be aware of your surroundings. You never know.
Oh my gosh, you're like, he was laying on the ground looking at the deer.
He said he even
I'm like, Emma, I do not know how to respond to
He
this
was
story.
like looking eye to eye with the deer.
Oh my
You know,
gosh. I can't even imagine. That poor lady. Like, you don't even know. You're waiting to get your haircut, and all of a sudden, it comes crashing in.
Humongous.
Yes.
I like that she had the wherewithal, like she picked up her jacket. She's
I watched that
dive on
video
the
over
floor.
the weekend when it first came out, and it's funny because the woman who got the deer over her shoulder is comforting the salon owner.
Yes.
Now, this is gonna be so expensive.
Well, then I laughed because the deer took took the flat iron, and so you can hear in the video if you watch it, the lady goes, "They took the flat iron." I'm like, lady, you got bigger problems than that flat iron.
Right. Just take that one as a loss.
But it was like attached. That's all it wanted. It wanted the flat iron.
Flat iron. Oh my gosh.
Always the best in the salon.
That is crazy.
That
So
is
it makes me
wild.
scared sitting right here.
I know.
Right?
Oh
It's gonna
gosh.
come through an eagle.
Kind of
Well,
sitting ducks.
earlier we had a visitor out the window, so I got distracted for half a second because
It was
there was
Really?
fun stuff happening outside a few minutes ago that none of our viewers could see.
I just can't even imagine that. I went to a ostrich ranch the other day, and these animals are scary. So we went in with the ostriches, and they okay. First of all, she tells us, hey, if they kick you, it's like it could kill a lion, and I'm like, and you're putting me in here with them.
Things you should not tell people before they go
starts
on like
pecking at us, and then they all come and we start screaming because I'm with my co-host JR, and we start screaming out the door, and we're like, we can't do this. And then I get peed on and pooped on by a bird. I'm gonna post this video on my Instagram. Wait till you guys see it. And so it's a great place to take the kids, but it's just like you never know what's gonna happen.
It's a great place to take the kids.
Does your kid like being kicked in the force of killing a
Well, just
lion?
that part, I don't think they have access. They can just feed them, and you put your hand out, and it's like bloop bloop.
It's a great place.
Hey, they have
The video
deer
is
and they
pretty
have
funny, though.
Does
goats.
it hurt when they peck?
No, not really. Like, it's a little hard. I would
it hurt a lion?
Take the kids to feed the goat instead. The goat will
The
kiss
goat.
you. You can put a little piece of food in your mouth,
really
and you put it on, and then the
That's
goat comes up to
cute.
you.
I'll pass.
It's near as you're going to Tucson. It's called the Ostrich Ranch.
Oh,
Sorry, I just had to tell you guys about that.
Yeah.
Because we're talking
Ringing
about animals.
endorsement from Vanessa Ramirez.
I love, what did Karen said? I don't understand how adults have time to play video games, especially when they have kids.
Seriously, that's what ended it for my husband.
Like last Christmas, my kids got the Nintendo Switch, as did from Santa, as did my brother-in-law. And I was like, why are you getting the same gift as an 8-year-old? Why is my sister allowing this? But yeah, he's a gamer. He's a total gamer.
That's wild to me.
They have another kid on the way, so I'm like,
oh, it's ending.
That party's over.
It's ending.
You can get away with it with one, but definitely not with more than one.
Has someone ever been like, oh, I'm a gamer? Is it immediately like...
I am not a fan of it because I do other things, right? I'm active, I'm outside, I go to festivals, I'm forever doing something. Yeah, so I'm like, for you to sit down for hours and play a game, that would be a problem for me. Like, there's no way. I mean, to be honest, like one of my ex-boyfriends plays video games all the time. And I'd be like, dude, this is an issue. You're freaking, however old you are, you're old enough, you know what I mean? Like, you should stop. And he was like, no, I'm gonna play with my friends. I'm like, okay, well then, this isn't gonna work out.
Guess what? There's not gonna be a girl in this situation.
Right.
You hang out with your buddies. I don't think it's super sexy.
No.
Gotta say.
No.
Food for thought.
Just for us on here, we're not fans of it. But hey, I know there's couples that have met through the gaming world, so more power to you.
Well, there's that.
You guys have a lot in common.
But your wedding dance is super interesting.
Yeah, I can't even do the dance. I'll do the Carlton. Because that one's old school. I know that one.
I know, exactly. Copyright.
All right, everyone.
Thank you for joining us today.
Happy Tuesday!
Woo! We'll see you tomorrow. Again, 7:30 right here on Facebook.